on mute, which is great. Okay, so first of all, it's great to hear, just to see your faces the next day, and I'm sure everyone had a great Seder. We had a great Seder, and it was nice just being, parents with the children, and each child has the time to ask the manishtana, to ask questions. They really wanted to go late, like we do every year, and we weren't planning on going late, but just giving everyone the time and the patience, we were able. We went to like two in the morning, which was so nice. It was nice for them. They got to stay up late and to play. And Oriel got the afikomen. So if anyone asks who got the afikomen, if you guys see Oriel on here, he's the one who got the afikomen late at night, the last second. He needed a few clues, but at the end he got it. And I was thinking, people were saying, uh, if that Am Yisrael is now keeping Shabbos, and Am Yisrael is and this past Pesach, really everybody was in quarantine. It was fascinating to look out the window and to see that there's absolutely no cars on the highway outside our window. We're by Ben Tzvi, Shderot Ben Tzvi, nothing, no cars, no people. Everybody was really indoors. And the truth is that there is two different midrashim and two different gemaras. One that says that if Am Yisrael keep two Shabboses, so then they're miyad nigalim, they get redeemed right away. There's another uh, medrash that says if they keep one Shabbos, so then miyad nigalim. That's the famous song, just one Shabbos and we'll all be free. And some say, what do you mean? The medrash says two Shabbos, so some say, oh, they really kept already one Shabbos, and now they have to keep another Shabbos, or that you still need two. Different machlokas between two different gemaras and midrashim. But I thought to myself just today, in preparing for this, just thinking about Shabbos, that Pesach itself is called Shabbat because we say that we start counting the Omer usfartem lachem mimochorat Shabbat, from after Shabbos. Like my father said at the Siyum on Friday that Aliyah made on Erev Chag that Aliyah made. And since Pesach is called Shabbos, and we're about to enter Shabbat as well, and Am Yisrael was in quarantine yesterday, and they are going to be in quarantine also for this coming Shabbos. So that's really two Shabbatot that we are keeping. Everyone is staying home. There's no public transportations at all. There's nothing. So in Bnei Yisrael, you meshamrim shtei Shabbatot miyad nigalin. If Am Yisrael keeps two Shabbos right away, the Geula comes. Maybe it's referring to Pesach and Shabbos Chol Hamoed, and we're still in Nisan. Am Yisrael, our midah is that we're always hopeful, we're always optimistic, we're always, waiting for Mashiach, looking for clues of when Mashiach is going to come. And like I've been saying all along, we need to strengthen in our emunah, and just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim and gave us all the miracles, HaKadosh Baruch Hu could take us out of this. But at the same time, though, we're also not getting too caught up with the Mashiach frenzy. We're not trying to say, oh no, and what's going to happen if Mashiach doesn't come. We're just optimistic, like we always try to be. We try to be optimistic. We try to be positive thinking. We try to be exciting, and to try to see the best. What is the best that we could take out of the situation that we're in? And that's been our theme throughout the week leading up to Pesach. Always that is really in our control. A lot of things are not in our control in our life, and unfortunately, difficult news coming in from New York and from people that we know, and life is not in our control. We see that there's a special protection over Eretz Israel, that it is being spread over here, but it's some relative to the rest of the world, and relative even to the rest of the Jewish world, we're somewhat under control over here. And the only thing that is in our control is our outlook on things. And I think that this is already the beginning for us to time to start thinking about Sefirat Haomer. We just started Sefira last night, which is a good opportunity to remind everyone. If you didn't say Sefirat Haomer last night, you say Hayom Yom Echad LaOmer, that today is one day for the Omer. And every day we're going to be counting. We're going to try to do a reminder on our daily meetup about the Sefira as well. There's also a calendar that was sent out to everyone in the shul. If you have a printer at home, print it out, hang it up on your thing, and on your on the wall somewhere where you could remind each other of Sefirat Haomer. And the Sefira, there's one thing that is always chizik for me, always gives me a moment of inspiration, because it always bothered me. The Minchas Chinuch says, why are we counting? We're counting in anticipation for Matan Torah. We're now starting this time period where Lech Tech Acharai Bamidbar Beretz Lo Zerua, we followed HaKadosh Baruch Hu into the desert, and as the Navi calls it, Zacharti La Chesed Neuraich Avat Kelulotayich. We say this on Rosh Hashanah davening. Zacharti La Chesed Neuraich. HaKadosh Baruch Hu remembers the chesed of our youth, Havat Kelulotayich, the love of like a kala, chassan and kala, that we walked with HaKadosh Baruch Hu into the desert. It's the beginning of that warm relationship we had with the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and then we have this engagement period until Matan Torah, until we receive the Torah, which is Am Yisrael standing under the chuppah and receiving the Torah. So these are days of anticipation, sort of like a kala is waiting for her wedding day. So we're counting towards that wedding day. But if you ask your children, your grandchildren, or remember by yourself, when you were waiting for that wedding day, so how did we count? Did we count 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Did we give the wedding is going to be in 50 days and then we count up? Or do we say the wedding is in 50 days, so now let's do a countdown? 50 days, 49 days, 48 days, 47, 10, 9, 8. Normally when we're anticipating for something, the count is counting down. We're waiting, we're counting down to wait for that moment. But yet we started not on day 50, working our way down to day number 1, where we got the Torah, to the day, only 1 day left, right? 3 days left, 2 days left, 1 day left. We're counting up. Why are we counting up if we are waiting in anticipation for Matan Torah? A very basic question, which is asked by the Mefarshim about Sefirat Haomer. But I think it's so relevant for our lives, and specifically for the situation that we are in right now. Are we going to be counting down until this is all over? Or are we going to be counting up until this is all over? And what's the difference? What's the difference between counting down or counting up? When do we count down and when do we count up? So we said we count down normally in anticipation for something. When we're waiting for something to arrive, we're waiting for a wedding day, we're waiting for this to be over, right? Or whatever it might be, normally when we're anticipating something, so then we count down for it. When do we count up? When does a person, show, oh, I'm 1 day in this, I'm 2 days in this, I'm 3 days in this? Usually when we're trying to reach a specific goal, but we need to work our way up to reach that goal. For example, if I want to go on a 30-day diet or a workout program, so what do? I start the program and I start working out. Day number 1, it was hard. And then on day number 2, I meet my friend a week into the month, into the 30-day program. I say, oh, you wouldn't believe it. I'm on this 30-day program and I've already done 7 days. I'm 7 days into the program. Tomorrow's going to be day number 8, day number 9. When I'm in something that I do a specific action every single day, working my way up to the final result, so then I count my way up, because I am working my way towards a goal, but it's not a goal that is external outside of me, but rather it's under my control. When I am waiting for something that I don't do anything in preparation for, that it's going to come anyways. If I'm the kids that are waiting for school to end, so they're not doing anything about the school ending. They're just saying, okay, school ends in 10 days, in 7 days, in 3, 2, 1 more day left of school, because it's something that just happens to them. If I tell you that in a month, I'm going to give you $100,000, so then I'm anticipating, when is that month over? When am I going to get the gift? But if I tell you, you can make $100,000 over the course of the next 30 days, but every day you need to work and you get, X amount of money. You get $30,000, and then another $30,000, and whatever the sum might be. So then every single day is adding up to that final sum. And at the end, when I look at how much money I made the same exact amount of money, but it was something that I needed to work my way up towards. That is exactly the lesson of Sefirat Haomer, of counting of the Haomer. Counting of the Haomer is not just anticipating for the Torah to come and it's a gift that is given to us, but rather it is something that we need to work our way up to receive. We need to earn it. We need to merit it. It is something that every single day is, what is the lesson that we learned from today? Are we ready? Did we learn the lesson of the Omer? We have to discuss what the lesson of the Omer, why it's called even Sefirat Haomer and not Sefirat Matan Torah. It should be called Sefirat Matan Torah if we're counting in anticipation for Matan Torah. Why is it called Sefirat Haomer? What does the Omer have to do with this? Maybe we'll save that for next week. But the main concept is that it's a count that every single day we need to see, did we learn the lesson that we're supposed to learn? Are we getting closer and earning our merit to be a part of receiving the Torah, of learning the Torah, of understanding the Torah? And it's the same, it's true for our situation that we're in right now. It's true, we might want to wait for all of this to be finished behind us, and therefore we're going to count down. Imagine Bibi announces in 30 days it's all over, and we know so then we're counting down, when can I finally leave? But there's something else that is an opportunity here, that every single day, with our mindset, if we choose to, we could choose to look at every single day as an opportunity for growth. Imagine that I say in 30 days it's finished, but in 30 days, where am I going to be? What am I going to do? Today is day number 1 of what I'm accomplishing. It's the beginning of the Sefirat Haomer. Tomorrow is going to be day number 2. Every single day, I'm going to learn about Shmirat HaLashon. Every single day, and I'm going to take a little piece and learn something about not speaking Lashon Hara, about doing something that is nice to somebody else. Every single day, I'm going to call one member of our shul to see how they're doing. And then when the 30 days are finished, I look back and I say, wow, I've really done a lot in the last 30 days. Every day I went up the ladder. I didn't go down. I wasn't just waiting for it to be finished and I didn't do anything while I was there, but rather I took every single day as an opportunity for growth, as an opportunity to learn something new, as an opportunity to help somebody. And if we do that, so then when all of this is finished, not only is it finished and now we could leave our house, where it's finished and we leave our house different people than the way we entered our house. Because every single day we decided to grow and to rise, and we're counting up to when it's finished, and we're not counting down to when it's finished. So this is the thought that I thought that Sefirat Haomer that we just started last night, that we started today. Today is the first day of the Sefira, is really a lesson for us during this time of quarantine. Are we just counting down for it to be finished, or are we counting up? What have I learned and how much have I grown now that I'm 3 weeks into Corona quarantine? I'm already, I could sense that I'm becoming a different person, that I'm learning new things, that I'm experiencing new things, that I'm connecting to my kids and to my children, that I can't see them, my grandchildren, but I'm connecting to them in a different way, and to my friends and to my community, I'm connecting in a different way because I need to put in that effort to build that relationship. So I see that it's developing me and it's changing me entirely. Before I open it up to everybody else, I just want to mention one other thing, and that is that yesterday we also started saying Morid Atal and Vetein Bracha. And therefore, everyone should insert in their davening Morid Atal Vetein Bracha. And saying Morid Atal Vetein Bracha is very, very important, because if one says Mashiv Ruach Umorid Agashem, or if one says Vetein Tal Umater Livracha Al Pnei Adama, he needs to go back. For the next 30 days, if we're not sure what we said, we also need to go back, because this is one of the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Chazal were koved in the bracha. And if one says the minhag, because based on the Ramah, some communities in America, they don't say Morid Atal at all. If you didn't say anything at all, or somich on the Ramah, you don't have to go back. But if you said Mashiv Aruach Morid Agashem in the second bracha of Shmona Esrei, even if, according to some, even if you catch yourself right away, you have to go back to the beginning of the bracha. Or even if you're finishing the bracha, you should go back to Mashiv, to Morid Atal, Melech Ozer Moshiach Umagen. But according to the Gra, you even have to go back to the beginning of the 3 brachos. Meaning, it's one of those things that if we forgot to say Morid Atal, if we said instead Mashiv Aruach Morid Agashem, that we have to go back to the beginning of the bracha. If we finish the first, if we already said Baruch Atah Hashem and we finish the bracha, we have to go back to the beginning of davening. Also by Baruch Aleinu, you have to say V'tein bracha and not V'tein talu matar livracha. And if you finished Shmona Esrei entirely, you have to go back to the beginning of davening. If you didn't finish Shmona Esrei, but you caught yourself before the end of Shmona Esrei, you go back to Baruch Aleinu. You go back to that bracha, and you continue from that bracha itself. So this is an important halacha that is nogea to all of us. We're not in shul, so we're not announcing the Morid Atal, and we're not announcing the same bracha, and everyone is davening by himself, by yechidus, and therefore it's important for me to mention that halacha, that one should be careful, should send himself some sort of reminder to say Morid Atal or to say V'tein bracha, and if one forgot and is now saying it, said the wrong thing, he needs to go back in his davening. I'm going to now unmute us so that would love to hear what everyone has to say. And if you're doing background talking, you can mute yourself so you can still hear what other people have to say. First of all, it's really a pleasure seeing each and every one of you.
He does it.
Rabbi Goldwicht, this is Simon Swidler. Can I ask you a question about your share on Erev Pesach?
Yes, we don't see you, Simon. We just hear you.
Right, that's okay. You're better off not seeing me.
Everyone wants to see you.
The question was, there was a lot of emphasis on the importance of the phrase Pesach Matzah Umorah.
Yes.
And that was very nicely explained. But I was wondering why those three phrases seem to be out of order. They're not chronological. I can't make any sense of the order. Can you help with that?
You're saying that it should really be matzah, maror,
Should have been maror.
Or maybe maror first.
Yeah, maror
Matzah,
first.
and then Pesach.
You're saying the order of the...
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, that's an excellent question. An excellent question. There are different opinions that speak about it, but part of it is also a person that is in the Seder is experiencing right now Chayrus. He's already after speaking over, it's towards the end of the Agada, and we're turning into the part of the Magid, towards the end of the Magid, and we're saying right now we're celebrating Pesach. It's sort of like going backwards in time. It's like Pesach is what we're doing right now, the Korban Pesach.
The answer is that the Korban Pesach was served
because we left Mitzrayim, and then the Mara reminds us of our
first, and the matzah they baked as they were going.
It also makes sense mitzad how you're saying over the story for yourself. Like right now, why are we eating this Pesach to the child? Why are we doing such a special thing? Oh, let me tell you, because we left Mitzrayim. Why were we even in Mitzrayim? What happened? Oh, that was the Mara. Let me explain to you why we even went down to Mitzrayim, what we had to go through. And then it brings us into where we are. That's one of the explanations that I heard.
But Pesach was really first. The Korban was on Yud Dalet.
Yes,
Pesach was first.
That's right. When you're looking at the story of Yetziat Mitzrayim, Pesach was the first mitzvah. That's what they did. And they ate it with matzah.
Voice activated on this in this way.
And the Mara.
And Mashiach was on his way. He couldn't enter. There was curfew.
That's right. That's right. It was a second.
So he went back.
They say he comes on a white. They say he comes on a white donkey because there are no planes. There are no airplanes.
But he couldn't enter.
Because he wasn't wearing a mask.
That's right. He wasn't wearing a mask, and it's Sunday already. By the way, starting Sunday, if you're going out, if you do go out, I don't recommend going out, but if you are going out to the supermarket or something like that, you have to wear a mask by law starting Sunday.
Shira Shirim tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Moshe. Moshe is reminding us that tomorrow is Shabbos Chol Hamoed. So besides pulling out a chumash and reading through the parasha that we read on Shabbat Chol Hamoed, but we also read Shira Shirim. So therefore, you should prepare. It's usually in the back of the Agadot, or you'll find it in the back of the Chumashim, and to read it together with whoever is with you in the house. And it's actually the Megillah. They say that all of the Ketuvim are Kodesh, but Shira Shirim is Kodesh Kodashim. It shows not our relationship with Hashem, that He's our Father, and not that he's our king and we're his slaves, and not that he's our friend and that or he's our brother, but rather he is our spouse. It is the closest relationship. When there's a good relationship, the relationship between husband and wife is the closest relationship that a person can have, and that's what Shir HaShirim has. Shir HaShirim is really the opportunity where we realize and we recognize that even during this hard time, Hashem is with us. Hashem loves us. We have this close, loving relationship with the Almighty, and that's what Shabbat Chol Hamoed Pesach represents.
Rabbi Gold? Okay.
I want to say Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.
Thank you so much.
Shabbat Shalom.
Should be Chag Sameach.
Shalom to all.
Yes, Simcha. Simcha, you wanted to say something?
Just
a second.
Masks.
Yes?
Hello,
Yes.
Brenda and George.
What masks?
Hi, Miriam.
If you have your mask on, you could put out a flame, then you better wear 2 of them. The Chinese masks are not adequate because they allow you to blow through them and blow out a flame. So test it, and then you may have to wear 2 of them.
Okay, so you're saying that if I can blow through my mask, then it's not
The new ones, probably the new
The
ones.
Chinese ones, yeah.
okay. Yeah, I think I have I bought a few Chinese ones. They were getting pretty
You
expensive,
did.
these masks. Okay, well, anyways, Shabbat is coming. I want to wish a Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Cassie, it's good to see you, as always. Abby, it's good to see you as well. And we should have Besorot Tovot. Ariel, I want to say thank you again in front of everyone for an amazing, amazing Pesach. Pesach Seder.
Oh, sweet. This is why. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye,
Really nice to see
Shabbat
you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Shabbat Shalom. Shalom, Mariella.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
That's my job.
Why did he